Well, hello, excuse me. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. Hope y'all are doing well today. Hi, Scylla. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Scylla, do you have a record of that donation that I didn't apparently didn't get? Because I have a whole list. In fact, we have someone who that happened to last night. I called their name several times. They made a donation. They didn't show up, so I'm anticipating that they show up tonight. But I have a whole list, a spreadsheet that I keep of it. Like, I have one person who didn't claim a reading, I think like June of last year. And then as soon as someone does come and claim it, I take it off the list. But if someone ever doesn't claim a reading, I always write it down. So I'd be really surprised if I hadn't have written it down. But we all do make mistakes, so that's why I just want to make sure you have your records and I can check mine to see. I got my nails done and you ended up skipping me last time because the question was too far up, but I want to claim it. I don't remember that, Scylla. I just don't remember that. And even if I didn't remember it, I would have written it down, is what I'm saying. I'd be really surprised if I hadn't have written that down. But if you just show me what date it was, I can double check. It's fine. But I need to double check if it's not in my records is all. And if I'm wrong, my bad. I will happily read for you, but I just don't have it in my records. I hope you're doing well though, hun. Anything reason to lie? Yeah, exactly. And I don't have any reason to lie either. I just want to make sure we're on the same page here. Because I don't know if I did a timestamp reading. That's possible. I could have done a timestamped reading and you may not have seen. That's another possibility. That's what's making me think because I always do write it down, but you never know. People make mistakes sometimes. I just have a really thorough list when it comes to that as well. Welcome, 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 everybody. I know it's a little late. I normally don't come on this late, but let's talk about hibernation for a sec. Can somebody explain to me why I fell asleep? One sec. Oh, don't do this to me now later. Why I fell asleep at 10:30 last night. Very early for me, by the way. I don't even want to tell y'all what time I woke up today. But there is something to be said for hibernation. There is something to be said about, I think, the body preserving itself when it's cold, and it takes too much energy. August 15th, 2025. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Thank you. All right, so I actually did read for you. I did read for you, and I even remember the question, and I did it time-stamped. That's why, girl. I time-stamped it. It was at the 1 hour point. Yeah, exactly 1 hour was my question that I answered for you. I remember the answer to it. I won't give you the answer, but I remember what the question was. I remember what the answer was, but I remember I time-stamped it because you did. If you write your question and you say, I'm gone right now, but I might be back later, I'll timestamp it for you. I've done that for you in the past. So I did read for you. I did answer your question, love. I even remember what the question was. I see it at the beginning here. You asked your question and you specifically said that you were going to be gone. 1 hour. Okay, thank you. When I watched it, you said you didn't know my question when you came on. That, yeah, you must have not mentioned it at first, but then I saw it. It says, hi, Sophia. It's Sophie, but that's okay. I donated. I won't be able to properly respond as I'm at nail salon. Will Jay get my ticket for Splash House? Yes or no? And why? Be back. Hope you're doing amazing. So I found it right here. Right here. Luckily, because there's quite a few chats. But yeah, so at the 1 hour exactly point, I answered your question for you. Okay, love? Sorry about that confusion. But yeah, you did. You posted your question. The answer was no. I thought the answer was yes. Yeah, I know you're right. It was no. But I do remember asking that question. But okay, once it got to my turn, you couldn't find it, so I didn't hear it. What do you mean? Oh God! Oh, I see that I'm sorry. You got to scroll there, girl. You got to scroll. If you don't see it, you got to just keep scrolling and see if you see it. Because I did it. Like I said, I keep a pretty tight track of that stuff, and to the point where like sometimes people make donations. I don't know if this has ever happened to you. But sometimes people make donations and they'll think they like donated for like 10 cards and then they leave, but they donated for 15 and they leave after like 10. I'll keep track of that, and when they come back, I'll be like, hey, you got an extra 5 cards, or you don't need to buy a reading. You've got 5 cards essentially. But you buy one right now, you got it, girl. No problem. And like once it was my turn, you skipped me at first, I think, because I listened and waited for a while. You were probably on the queue, and I didn't see you, hun. I'm. I wouldn't try to. I wouldn't try to screw you over or anything. I'm sorry about that mess up. But good thing. YouTube keeps records of all that stuff, right? Doesn't like delete the chats and stuff. Yeah, no problem, hun. No problem. And for those of y'all, let me see. Here. My internet is being super slow on my phone. My deepest apologies if my computer's fine. I just don't know what's going on my phone right now. So yeah, if you are watching this, thank you so much, Miss Scylla, for your donation. Love, please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. You're all good. You're all good, sweetheart. How can I help you this I don't know how cold it is where you're at, but it is a cold winter's night here. My goodness. Oh my god, so good. I just had the weirdest craving for Coca-Cola mixed with Sprite. I know. I love Coca-Cola, but sometimes it's just too much and it tastes good with just a little bit of Sprite. I'm dying. Hot in LA. Oh my god, you're in the Bay. I know. I'm not only am I in San Francisco, but it's like I'm in like the coldest part of San Francisco. I'm like right near I'm not in Ocean Beach, but I'm close enough. Is Ray obsessed and missing me right now? If so, why? What's Ray's sign? Oh, girl. When's your birthday? I know you're a Sag, but when's your birthday? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is Ray obsessed and missing Scylla right now? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Is Ray missing Scylla right now. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Ray missing Scylla at this time? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Ray missing Scylla at this time? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Ray missing Scylla at this time? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Ray missing Scylla at this time? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Ray missing Scylla at this time? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Ray missing Scylla at this time? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Ray missing Scylla at this time? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Ray missing Scylla at this time? In 5 days. Well, girl, I remember you're a Sagittarius. Well, come back in 5 days to get your free mini reading for your birthday. I'm trying to wrangle on my Sagittariuses because I hella forgot about so many of my Scorpios' birthdays last month. I feel hella bad. But yeah, remember you get a free birthday reading, okay? And if I'm not online that day, you can come back. So it's in 5 days, so it's the 16th, okay? I know, thank you, babe. It goes by so fast, crying. Girl, I'm turning 40 next month, okay? So, yeah, I know exactly how you feel. But it's all good. It's one more day that we're alive. King of Cups, 3 of Cups reversed, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and Page of Pentacles. Yeah, he is missing you. I don't see it as an unhealthy obsession, though. I don't know how he behaves with you, but in terms of the extent to which he is indeed missing you at this time, I wouldn't call it. Oh, thank you, girl. I feel like I look young too. I don't know if I look 20. I don't know if I want to look 20, but I do. I do feel like I look all right for my age. All just a state of mind, right? He's definitely missing you. Is he away on work or something here? Because we've got quite a few we've got the 2 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Like he would definitely prefer to be in a position in which he didn't have to miss you at this time for whatever reason. So I don't know what this reason is. Maybe you pulled away from him. I don't know. He's a Scorpio and he's cat-like, and so so am I. Yeah, he works a lot. Perfect spread. Yeah, yeah, and that's what this, especially this 2 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Like Page of Pentacles is like he's got to hold things down, work-wise, and he's got to learn how and wants to figure out how to balance you and work in his life. It's all about a balancing act, right? You've got to he has to have, work has to be a priority, but if he wants you in his life, which he does, he needs to make you a priority as well. And that's a fine balance. And he's trying to figure out how to do that right now. Balance is the key here with this King of Cups. He definitely has a very healthy affection for you. That's why I wouldn't call it obsessive. Like I said, I don't know how he behaves around you, but it's like while he misses you, he knows that. I don't think he fears that he's going to lose you. It's more like the gears are turning with this 2 of Swords. The gears are turning as, like, in terms of, like, how am I going to keep her? Like, I know I can keep her, but I there's a strategic way that I know I can do this. I need to be able to hold it down, my work life, but I also, need to be able to prioritize my affections for her and my energies towards her. So if he's taken a step back or anything like that, this 3 of Cups reversed, it's nothing to worry about. Like I said, I don't think you are worried, but the gears are definitely turning in his mind. I don't know how long the 2 of you have been interested in one another, but especially if this is somewhat more recent, it looks like a good sign. It looks like a good sign. It's someone who's got healthy affection for you, but is like looking at things very practically with a full heart. But just wants to make sure all the bases are covered there. 2 months. Okay, that makes perfect sense. That checks out for me. I always tell people, like, if things don't start getting serious, or at least if you guys don't start talking about where things are going. Oh yeah, the King of Cups for sure. He definitely has feelings for you, love. Yeah, very. Yeah, I'd say they're very deep. Um, the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Emperor. Those are the cards we want to see there. And that was the first card, is the King of Cups. So yeah, you definitely have captured his affections. And I always tell people, if you guys don't start talking about where things are heading direction wise after at least the 3 month point, usually 1 or 2, it's not a good sign. If you guys have started thinking about it and talking about it, discussing how to make this work, it is a good sign. It means that both of you guys are on the same page. Yeah. Emperor is crazy. Low key gives possessiveness, right? Okay, thank you. I'll do it. Yeah, for sure. Sometimes I'd say the Emperor reversed is more indicative of possessiveness. Emperor upright, yeah, there's a certain level of possessiveness to that card, but in its upright position, it's more of a healthy possessiveness. Like, she's my empress, I'm her emperor, I protect her. In possessing her heart, essentially, I also have a responsibility, like a father figure, to, because the emperor is also the father, to, protect and provide for her in the ways that she needs. It's actually a month and a half. Okay, okay. I think that's good. I still think that's healthy, girl. I still think that's healthy. Sorry, I had to mute it for just 1 second. Sometimes I need to do that. Thank you so much for your additional donation, girl. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. What are his true feelings and intentions for me? Do you just want me to ask what his true feelings and intentions are, or do you want me to do the TFI, the full TFI spread, the thoughts, feelings, and intentions? TFI, you got it. Angels, masters, and spirit guides. Oh, I'm turning 28. Is that young? Yeah, girl, I'd love to turn 28 again. I would do so many things differently. But then I wouldn't be where I am now. Yes, that is very young. And youth is all in your mind. It really is. When I tell people how old I actually am, they never believe me. Guys always go, "Oh, MILF," or "Oh, you look way younger." I'm like, I don't need to hear that. Like, just tell me I look pretty. Like, some women look different. Some women do not. Some women that are 25 look way older than me. Exactly, age is a lie. And then there's like 30 people that are like 39 that look like they're 24. It can go either way. And honestly, sometimes I think I had that phenomena when I was a teenager. I don't know about you. I looked hella old. I looked way older than I did. Like, when I was 16, I looked like 20. I don't know if it was just my makeup, my style. I don't know, but I just kind of haven't really changed. I don't know. No, not so much, but at least not lately. But a lot of schmucks lately, girl. A lot of schmucks, but Winter's just not my season for love. I don't know. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What's his name again? Ray? Saturn helped age backwards. Yeah. Yeah, Sagittariuses tend to look very young. You guys are very youthful. Fire signs in general, you know. It was Ray, right? Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Ray's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Scylla? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Ray's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Scylla? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Ray's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Scylla? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Ray's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Scylla? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Ray's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Scylla? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Ray's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Scylla? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Ray's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Scylla? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Ray's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Scylla? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Ray's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Scylla? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Ray's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Scylla? Because I'm an Aquarius, you guys live young forever. I think Geminis too. Geminis tend to not age as well. Pisces, sometimes they just act much older. Like my best friend's a Pisces, and I always feel like she's like my older friend, my older sister, but she's actually a month younger than me. We have Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Wands reversed, the Tower, Ace of Wands, and the Fool reversed. That's interesting, but it kind of checks out. Okay, so we'll start with your general energies. We have the Knight of Pentacles. I think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Scylla, you are interested in him. You do like him. Are you absolutely crazy about him? Like you've been possibly like you felt for guys in the past? You don't feel, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not so much that you don't feel as deeply as you do for him than you did for other guys in your past. It's more you're wanting to take this a little slower. Yeah, I can tell you're interested in him, but it's not like ba-boom, 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 obsessed. And I'm not saying that you become obsessed, but we all have been there when you have like a really strong crush on someone and it's like they're all you think about and stuff. Yes, I don't mind. Yeah, I feel like with this, it's like it's a more of a mature crush, like taking things a little more slowly. The Knight of Pentacles is very, very slow moving energy. It's also energy of putting in not just time but work. Checking, making sure all the boxes are checked. Not rushing into anything. I was going to ask you, like, were you into him at first? Or at least I thought I would. Yeah, this feels like it's been a development over time, which has allowed you, that's why I thought that, because if you had fallen head over heels for him from day one, because I've been there, it would have been very difficult to take things slowly the way you've been able to. And I'm not just saying that because you're a Sagittarius. This is just coming from personal experience and personal observation. When you can tell yourself all you want before you first meet someone, like, I'm going to take this slowly this time. If you fall head over heels for them the first time, it's very hard to pump the brakes, especially if they feel the same way about you. I feel that he's been cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs about you from day one, but you've been able to be like, hey, let's pump the brakes here. Like, I like you, and you do, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Like I said, if you had just fallen head over heels immediately, it could have gotten a little out of control. And with his general energies, we have the Fool reverse. This is where I see him. He won't be dragging his feet. He came on strong at first, yeah, and I think he still wants to come on strong, but he's holding himself back. Because look at this, we have the Ace of Wands, which is the first card in the minor arcana. Then right next to it, we have the Fool reversed. The Fool is the first card in the major arcana. Super magnetized immediately. Yeah, he was drawn to you immediately, very strongly. And his general energies with this full reverse next to this Ace of Wands, his intention, he definitely wants to like make you his in an official way. If you haven't already, he just wants to take things farther. Like if you guys aren't living together, he wants to live together. He wants that beginning with you, that magnificent beginning. And he does feel like it's a little bit stilted, like things aren't moving quite as quickly as he would ideally like them to, but it sounds like you've made it very clear to him that you don't want things to go super fast. And his thoughts towards the matter, we have the Nine of Wands reversed. It's, yeah, he's not going to push you. He's not going to push you. He knows there's, you can't force someone into being with you. You can't force someone into love. He's done all he can do to be a good guy to you and continue to be a good guy to you, but he can't sit you down and be like, Stilla, you have to be with me forever and ever. Oh my God, he did mention he used to live with his girlfriend. Yeah, he that's what he wants, girl. He wants something domesticated with you. Yeah. Are you guys officially boyfriend and girlfriend? Do you have that title? Because I'm trying to figure out what he wants more of. I'm not seeing marriage cards per se, but I am getting very much like domesticated love. Well, I'll get to that in a second. It's a good thing. It's how he fell for you. His feelings. It's exactly how he fell. The tower, crash, bam, boom. From the moment he saw you, it was like lightning struck him. I'm down for marriage either right now. I was gonna say you are, yeah, because you want to make sure you want to be with him for the rest of your life, and it sounds like you're just not sure. He is. I don't know about rest of life, but I think that's part. I think that's part of why he would like to live with you because that's that test drive. You're test driving marriage basically when you live with someone and you're not married. You're seeing if you guys can make this work, if it can be harmonious, and he really has faith that it will be. But yeah, his feelings, the tower, this makes perfect sense. Like I mentioned, when he first met you, his heart went like ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. It was like everything in his world came crashing down, but in not in a negative way. It was just like it was very abrupt. He hasn't felt this way in a while, and the tower is also allowing oneself to be vulnerable to fall, to come crashing down, to relinquish the previous foundations of one's life and self, emotional self, in order to surrender to the new. His intentions towards you, Ace of Wands. He wants a relationship with you. Again, I don't know if you guys have sealed boyfriend and girlfriend down yet, at least the label. But he definitely wants a start with you. He thinks that this is the beginning of something that's going to be quite remarkable in his life and your life. He's positive that the two of you are meant to be together. The tower seems strong. It is very strong for feelings. He does. And you mentioned obsessive, and I kept on asking, is it his behavior? He acts obsessive. You guys are, oh no, you're not boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, well, I wouldn't be surprised if he asks you pretty soon. That'll be the first step here. The tower is it's very intense, yeah. And I will say it does sound and look as though he's much more into you than you're into him. And you may have recognized that, or correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you're into him just as much as he's into you, but I get the sense that he's much more into you than you're into him, and that could very well be an issue here. Him and his roommate are fighting over me. Oh dear, that's no good. That's no bueno. Um, and do you like his roommate? Is that something that's a factor here? It is, girl, it's more exciting than my life, okay? It is what it is. You met him through his roommate. So his roommate actually had you first. Okay, all's fair in love and war is all I'm gonna say. You know that old proverb, all's fair in love and war. Um, he definitely wants to take. You love him as a friend. Ugh. He snatched me from his roommate. You love him as a friend. It's never something good to hear. If someone I had a crush on said that they loved me as a friend, I'd be like, okay, it's time to walk away. Because if you love someone as a friend, you're likely never gonna like them as something more, unless it's like a long, long friendship, and you guys, I don't know, it just facts. I love his roommate. I love him. Period. Overall, you love both of them. I have loved him for, though, it's hard to explain. I hang out with all of them. Gotcha. Yeah, and they're different people, yet they're going to have similarities. They're roommates. They were roommates. No, they're roommates. Well, not like I have similarities with my roommates, but oftentimes we do something because roommates more of a friend. But they have different, aspects of them that you clearly, like or don't like. He's Angel. Like, I don't want to be with him. I love him, and like Ray as a relationship. I feel tension with them fighting over me. Yeah, they must be, girl. I mean, shoot, if they're living together and they're seeing every time you come over, or they know every time you hang out with one of them. I don't know if you're still hanging out with both of them. But yeah, there's gonna be tension there. I don't know, love. I mean, I was going to say it looks like you need to make a decision, but you don't have to do shiz. You really don't. It's not your response. I mean, yeah, at one point you are going to have to make a decision. It's going to, it'll cut only because it's likely going to come to a head, you know? For sure, love. You've got my undivided. There's no other donations, so we're just here all night. I was gonna say, yeah, no, I'm just reading for you, hon. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, girl, for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Is Ray possessive and territorial over me? If so, why? Like in general with other men. You mean, is Ray possessive and territorial with you currently, or does he have the potential to become possessive and territorial towards you if you guys continue this? You're so welcome, Scylla, of course. I'm always here. Currently, okay. Yeah, you're wondering, is this bordering obsessive, possessive? Because I've seen it already, but I want to know why. Yeah. I like how you phrased the question to angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Are Ray's affections towards Scylla possessive and territorial? If so, why? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Ray possessive and territorial towards Scylla? If so, why? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Ray possessive and territorial towards Scylla? If so, why? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Ray possessive and territorial in regards to Scylla? If so, why? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Ray possessive and territorial regards to Scylla? If so, why? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Ray possessive and territorial when it comes to Scylla? If so, why? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Ray possessive and territorial when it comes to Scylla? If so, why? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Ray possessive and territorial when it comes to Scylla? If so, why? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Ray possessive and territorial when it comes to Scylla? If so, why? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Ray possessive and territorial when it comes to Scylla? If so, why? It's funny you mentioned earlier too, because when I went to his roommate's room, he would barge in. Oh, geez, yeah. And it's funny you mentioned something earlier too. You said that he's cat-like, but so are you. Well, today we are using the Cat Tarot by Chronicle. We love this deck. It's very, very cute. Let's see, Miss Scylla. 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups, 10 of Cups. What the hell? Oh, 5 of Cups reversed, 7 of Swords, and the Star. Yes, very much so. Very much so, because I don't want to say that he likes you more. Isn't it so cute? I know. I don't know what the other guy's name is, and you don't have, maybe you did say what his name is, but he believes, and I'll get to every card, but just for starters, he believes that that he likes you more than the other guy does. He's like, I could treat her better. I would treat her better. It's competitive, but it's also it's arrogant too. It's like I could treat her better than he could. Now there's some, and I was talking about this yesterday. Some guys like that competition. Some guys liked that chase. Some guys like that chase, the competition. You know, I swear I've lost out to guys in the past just for being single and because it's boring and you don't have to chase a girl who's single. And then I've also seen people who seek out single people for the wrong reasons too, because they see them as like easily manipulative because they don't have like many options. And this is coming from a manipulative standpoint. Like you look for someone who's single because you want to share something special with someone, and you are single, but and I'm not saying that's why he's attracted to you, but it's part of what drives him is the fact that he knows you have lots of options. He knows who one of your options is, you know? He told me he doesn't compete though, but his actions, yeah, of course he would say that. Just like cheaters say that they don't cheat in front of me and his roommate. Yeah, he is a competitive guy, absolutely. And this is his thing, is he believes that he can give you more than his roommate can. He believes that he wants to give you more than his roommate can. With the 10 of Cups, he wants to give you everything, and he has such deep, yes, borderline obsessive affections for you. He'll really do anything for you. Part of that is pumping the brakes when he didn't want to. He normally wouldn't do that, but he really has no choice and had no choice. Especially with this other guy in the picture, not just in the picture, but in the picture of his house, their house. And you still talk to him, you know? He wants to make you the queen of his heart, Queen of Cups. He wants to make you, it's not the Empress, but it's very much like the Empress. We had that King of Cups. He showed up as the King of Cups. And I don't know if it was the last reading or the reading before, but he showed up as the King of Cups. And you're showing up as the Queen of Cups. He sees you as his feminine counterpart. So he had to pull back because it was too intense in terms. No, he had to pull back because he knew that if he didn't, you would likely have pulled back. Because you told him this is too intense, or whatever your reasoning was, but you told him you're coming on strong. Maybe you didn't tell him directly. I don't actually, but I thought you said you at the beginning it was really, really strong in terms of how he had affections for you, and you could tell. And so you were like, okay, we just met. Exactly. The most practical thing in the world. Yeah, we just met. Let's slow it down. But there are some times where we just first meet people and we fall head over heels for them. I don't know if I'm sure it's happened to you before in the past. It's happened to him. that's the Tower card. You came crashing into his life with a huge abruption and have like overtaken his mind and his heart. And yeah, you guys had just met, so and you're able to look at it like that because you don't have as strong to. Again, I know you have feelings for him. I'm not saying you don't have feelings for him, but they're just not as strong as his are for you, and his are bordering obsession. This Five of Cups reversed. He doesn't want to have any regrets. He doesn't want to feel like he lost out. He'll feel like he lost. And that's, again, I'm not saying that this is the only reason why he likes you at all, and you know that, girl. You know you're a catch. But he is a very competitive guy. And look, we've got this Seven of Swords here. Now, normally, I tell people the Seven of Swords is lies, theft, betrayal, deceit, and nothing more. It's just that, plain and simple. But there is another way of looking at this card, and I rarely see it in this way. But in this spread, I'm like, oh, wow, now I see it. Seven of Swords is also about doing anything at whatever cost. Beg, borrow, or steal in order to get what someone wants. He'll do anything for you. That's obsessive. That's possessive. Absolutely. He will steal. He will do, I don't want to say kill for you, but low key, like, if some weirdo said to him, hey, Scylla will be yours if you, like, eat a baby rat, he'd do it. He would do something weird. He would do, if some, like, and I know that's such a weird example, but, like, I'm telling you, like, if like, a warlock came to him or a witch said, hey, if you do this one weird-ass thing, you'll get Scylla forever, he'd do it, girl. Hey, Mr. Steal Yo Girl vibes. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Gita. Hi, welcome, Gita. Yes, it is paid. It's all paid. Thank you. All my donation information can be found at the top of the chat. Thank you. He's sick like that. He's a Scorpio. I feel you. Yeah. And he really believes that you're meant to be with him, that this is meant to be. He feels like this is fated with the star. He feels like this is fate. He feels like there's no chance on the horizon that you would push him away in the long run. He really thinks that he's going to end up with you. Sorry, there must be a lag, but yeah, that's what I'm explaining. Is he truly believes the light at the light at the end of the tunnel, that he will win. He will be the victor. Yeah, fated events. And I mean, also this Ten of Cups too is also like fated, like love. Like, he really thinks that the two of you are super supposed to be together. And he really is fearful of losing you, and is, like I said, at any and all costs. I so rarely ever see the Seven of Swords like this, but it's like bang on in this reading. At any and all costs, he'll do whatever to bring you into his life, to keep you. So my answer is yes. Very possessive, very obsessive. I have every reason to believe that he's thinking about you right now. Even if, I don't care what he's doing. I don't care if he's taking a crap or playing video games or what, or I don't know, but he's thinking about you. He's thinking about you. I'm like, it's 7 o'clock, so he's likely not sleeping. But when he sleeps, he dreams about you. No, I'm not, girl, but that's very sweet of you. Thank you. Yeah, no, that is what I'm seeing, love, is it is, you and you even said, you know, you knew he was possessive and obsessive. You just wanted an explanation as to why, and a big part of it is this competitive nature within him. Thank you, girl. I donate for one more. I may come back as someone could be next. I dreamed about him too, which is crazy. And that is crazy. And yeah, you can donate for another one. There's no one on the list right now, so we can just keep going. That's crazy that you mentioned that you dreamed of him, because I didn't actually see anything here in the cards that said that per se, but I definitely got that vibe. Like, almost like, how could one not dream of someone at that point? Thank you so much, Scylla. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Thank you, love. That's why I do what I do. Here to just channel, show the truth, pick up energies, really. So, when Sherwin texted me the other night, was it because Ray was missing me? Like, basically, what was the reason and why? Is Sherwin the other guy? Is Sherwin the other roommate? And do you know Sherwin's sign? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. When Sherwin texted Scylla the other night, did Sherwin text Scylla the other night because Ray missed her? Do you mind if I call him S, please? Because the farther we get from people's actual names, the harder it is, the less accurate I've noticed things to be. Do you mind if I just call him S? And we can delete that too. Nobody heard or saw that. Okay. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Did S text Scylla the other night because Ray missed her? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Was the reason S texted Scylla the other night because Ray missed her? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Was the reason that S texted Scylla the other night because Ray missed her? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Did S text Scylla the other night because Ray missed her? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Did S text Scylla the other night because Ray missed her? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Did S text Scylla the other night because Ray missed her? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Did S text Scylla the other night because Ray missed her? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Highly doubtful that he'll see this video unless he's like going through your history, which would be really creepy. Always delete your history, y'all. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit, and don't let people go through your phones. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Did S text Scylla the other night because Ray missed her? Angels, Messengers, and that's the one advantage of me not having millions of subscribers, right? If I had millions of subscribers, but it's so funny how many I mean, it's not funny. I understand why a lot of my clients are like super, like, you know, they don't want names heard, stuff like that, because there are people who do that. You know, there are people who are in relationships where they do have their phones looked at and stuff. So I totally get it. It's sad. But I'm also just a small channel. I'm crazy private, psycho level. No, I understand. Yeah. She's exclusive. I don't know. What do you mean she's exclusive? I don't get it. Yeah, no, it's important. It's so important to be private these days, especially these days. Yeah, I've been having some issues. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Did S text Scylla the other night because Ray was missing her? And he's a Capricorn, you say? We have 4 of Cups, 8 of Swords, Queen of Swords, 9 of Pentacles reversed, and 5 of Pentacles. Yeah. I mean, yeah, 5 of Pentacles is definitely someone. 5 of Pentacles and 4 of Cups is definitely somebody missing somebody. That is very much the energy of, even though we have these 2 cute little kitties kissing here, the 5 of Pentacles, the traditional artwork is actually 2 people outside in the cold, feeling abandoned, not coming in for shelter or warmth. But the general energy of Five of Pentacles is a feeling of being alone, feeling abandoned, feeling left out in the cold. So I don't. So wait, you asked if he texted you because Ray missed you? Because I think that S missed you. I'm seeing that S missed you with this Four of Cups, Five of Pentacles, and that he feels trapped with this Eight of Swords. He feels bound. I think he feels like the loser. Well, I mean, if Ray's your boyfriend, then why wouldn't he feel like he lost out? If he likes you, did Ray have anything to do with it? I wouldn't say Ray had something to do with it. So, well, in as much as the fact that you and Ray are together. Oh, he isn't your boyfriend. Okay. Well, he feels like Ray has won. He feels like Ray has won. Like he feels like you like Ray more. And I know I said earlier that you don't need to make a decision here, but at some point you're going to have to. Unless you want to date both of them, of which I wouldn't be surprised they might actually be down with, because I saw the Three of Cups reversed in one of the readings. No, the competition is over. Isn't over yet. Yeah. So is there one of them that you like more than the other, or is it equal there? Because he feels like he's losing. Nine of Pentacles reversed. He feels like this is going like nowhere with you and him. They would be down for me to date both. I hope Ray wouldn't want that. I honestly don't think he would genuinely want that. But like he would, Seven of Swords, he would do anything to keep you. And if you said, I want both of you, if you just wanted both of them, they would likely figure something out. I've seen it happen. I've seen people make concessions. It's usually making concessions. Some people genuinely want that. But I love Sherwin, period, because he's an angel. Sounds like you like Sherwin more as a friend. I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know how hot angels are. You know, I don't know about you, but there's something a little hot about it. Kind of a bad boy, not a real bad boy, but like some rebellion. Sounds like Sherwin's very, very safe. Yeah, you like Ray more. So, and I don't think that feelings between you and Sherwin are gonna grow here. But I really like Ray. Does this make sense? Yeah, it does. It sounds like you like Ray more, but you do genuinely like Sherwin. Ray is more devil and Sherwin is an angel. Gotcha. And that makes sense. We tend to be drawn, at least myself, and a lot of women I know tend to be drawn to bad boys to a certain degree. I think it's attractive so long as they're not going to get themselves in trouble or me in trouble. Romantic feelings, but for Ray, but Sherwin is my safe side. Yeah, and I think at a certain point, I think actually at this point, Sherwin is coming to that realization that you're just not into him. You like Ray more, and he feels like left on the sidelines, like the safe backup if things don't work. And I'm not saying that you are looking at him as backup, but a little bit. Like if things don't work out with Ray, you've got Sherwin, you know. And he still genuinely values you with this Queen of Swords, and he also still genuinely has a little shred of hope here that if you got to know him better, that your feelings might swing more in his direction. But that he felt more like that in the past. Like I feel like those feelings are starting to kind of dwindle. Like I could convince her still. It's starting to become like I don't know how much more how I could possibly convince her anymore. Sherwin used to be second best. He told me he dated a married girl. Oh, okay. I don't want him to feel that way. Yeah. He swings back and forth a little bit. It sounds Scylla. He'll have little glimmers, little flickers of hope that he can convince you, that he still has time and ability to convince you that he's the superior of the two guys. But then he flip-flops, this Queen of Swords. He does flip-flop, and then more often than not goes to feeling like he lost out. Poor guy. That's why I want to be friends with them for now, because I genuinely love spending time with them. It's hard. Yeah, but that's the problem with being friends with someone who either we have romantic interest in or they have romantic interest in us. You know, we can do our very best not to lead them on, but if they've established feelings for us, the more time that we spend with them, whether it be platonic or romantic, it's still going to, especially if it's just platonic, it's still going to invoke a growth of feelings. Those feelings are still going to develop. So if you continue spending time with both of them as friends, they're just falling deeper and deeper in love with you, you know. And I think a really smart, and I'm not telling you to get another reading, but my question that I would have for you here, or not for you, but for the situation, is would they be friends with you if they weren't attracted to you? Like, we all laugh our ass off together. It's so fun and we connect. I believe you. I believe you, love. I believe there is a connection between you and both of these gentlemen. I really do. But definitely not. Yeah. Yeah. It's very rare. It's very rare. Like, if they, I hate putting it this way, but I ask men and women this. Like, if that person was not your type, if they were a certain body type you weren't into, or they look kind of busted, would the humor and joy be enough to want to spend time with them, or is that a deal breaker? So that's where it's like, yeah, it is. There is a friendship there, but would there be a friendship otherwise? Whereas when we're friends with people, yeah, sometimes we do have, like but it's different. Like, if my best friend ended up like getting her head shaved off or something, would I not be friends with her anymore? No, of course I'd still be friends with her. She's my best friend. If she ended up gaining hella weight, would I not be friends with her anymore? Or be afraid to be seen with her? No, of course not. She's still my best friend. But because there was no connection like that. They're both my type in different ways, but I'm magnetized to Ray. I'm gonna do it again. Okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's so hard to explain, girl. I feel you. It's all very complicated. These situations. I understand. Thank you very much, Miss Scylla. And we also just received a donation from Miss Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Thank you so much, love. My two LA girlies. Hope you are doing well today, love. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it's exciting, Scylla. I bet it is exciting and fun, but it's all fun and games until, that's what I'm concerned about is like toxicity. You don't want to flirt with that. It can feel fun, but that's that devil. It can end up binding you into something or leading you into something that's not fun anymore, you know. But I hear you. That precisely until it gets bad. Yeah, yeah. We know what it's like to play with fire. We have fun. I know there's no fire in my chart, but I swear there has to be. For sure. Take your time. Do I have a lot of water in my chart? No, it's mostly air. It's mostly air. I'm not even joking. Aquarius Sun, Gemini Moon, Libra Rising. Aquarius Venus is an Aquarius. Yeah, not a whole lot of fire or like anything else. Yeah, it's intense. So yeah, I also like just get along super well with uh with air signs. It's usually safe for me. You're also Gemini Moon. No way, hun. It's overwhelming, huh? Would Ray completely be okay if I dated both of them, or no way? He wants to lock me in. If so, why? Because it doesn't fully seem like he's letting Sherwin have alone time with me ever. So I hope he's not okay with it at all. The air sign energy is so healing. Aw. Where fire do you have in your chart? I don't know. I'd have to look at my chart again tonight. I don't recall any. I'm sure there's some fire in my chart. Our charts are quite vast, but I don't recall any right now. I have to get back to you on that. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray be okay if Scylla dated both him and Sherwin? Or does he just want her to himself? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray be okay if Scylla dated both him and Sherwin? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray be okay if Scylla dated both him and Sherwin? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray be okay if Scylla dated both him and Sherwin? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray be okay if Scylla dated both him and Sherwin? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray be okay if Scylla dated both him and Sherwin? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray be okay if Scylla dated both him and Sherwin? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray be okay if Scylla dated both him and Sherwin? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray be okay if Scylla dated both him and Sherwin? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray be okay if Scylla dated both him and Sherwin? King of Wands reversed, Death, the Hierophant reversed, the Emperor, and Justice. Yes and no. Yes and no. It's exactly like what I thought. He would not be happy with it, but the Hierophant reverse, the Three of Cups reverse, is almost always indicative of non-traditional partnerships. Not only that, but it's something that does go against what he traditionally would like in a partnership. However, he is willing, like I said, to do anything, to make adjustments, to make huge adjustments in his life and his desires and his normal wants in order to keep you in his life, to have you in his life. And he would say he was okay with it and that he felt like it was balanced, but he would only go into it feeling as though he were the superior one with the Emperor card. He'd say that it would be balanced. Yeah, sure, it's fine. I'm cool with it. I'm balanced with this Justice card. It's fine. We can make this work. But you trust and believe you would see someone who he would display jealousy. He would say that he's cool with it, but there would be some manipulation tactics to try and get between you and Sherwin. He wants to be the top dog here. He wants to be the possessive ass emperor. There's no way he'd be okay with this. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying is he would be lying. It's pretty. He'd be making a concession. he would say he was okay with it, and that's exactly what I said earlier too. Is like he'd say he was fine with it, but this is something he would never normally be fine with. It's something he's never been fine with in the past, and in reality, he would only be doing it so that he could be with you and in the hopes of you choosing him in the end as the top guy. So this is only terms for dating, not relationship. I think it's for it could be for I think it's more for a relationship. Cuz well, you guys aren't dating, you're not in a relationship right now. Yeah, it could be in terms of dating, love, cuz I didn't ask about like a throuple. I said I specifically asked if he'd be okay with you dating both him and Sherwin. So yeah, we're not talking about in terms of a throuple. So basically, this is what's happening right now. I was going to say, it sounds like you are kind of dating both of them. I don't know, how much more romantic you may be with one than the other, but it sounds like the flirtation is very high with both of them. They both see it. They live with each other. They see you. I'm guessing you hang out at their house. Okay, I meant relationship. I mean, they need you to pick. Yeah, and that's what I said, Wendy. At some point, you're gonna have to pick. And face. Yeah, no relationship. That would be that wasn't. I thought you meant dating, like not like throuple, but in terms of you and him dating, or both, like you dating both of them. Yeah, and that could entail you calling both of them your boyfriend, but it not necessarily being a throuple, but you having both of them as your boyfriend. Um, Oh, I meant what I'm in, girl. Oh, gotcha. Okay, I think I get what you're saying. Um, yeah, it's a pickle. It's a pickle. You're definitely in a pickle, and you're definitely in a bind. At some point, you are going to have to make a decision, whether that's Sherwin or Ray or neither. I don't know, because that's the problem. Is even if you choose one of them, the other one's still living there. But do bear in mind what Ray wants from you. He wants to play house with you. So you can feel this is more dating, but not a relationship. Well, yeah. If he hasn't asked you to be his girlfriend, plot twist, there's a better guy coming in. I would have no doubt about that, Wendy, that there's a better guy coming in. You guys haven't, you guys aren't officially boyfriend and girlfriend, right? But at the same time, did he ask you if you would be his girlfriend? And was that when you said, hey, we just met, can we take this slowly? Has he already asked you to be his girlfriend? She is, girl. No boyfriend, just dating. But has he asked you? He hasn't asked. Okay, well, if he really, really wants to make this happen, I think he should ask. What's he doing? He tried to sleep with me. Okay, so you guys haven't slept together. Okay. And he hasn't asked you to be with him. That's problematic. That kind of concerns me. But it's maybe he is just taking things slowly here. Maybe he is afraid of pushing you away if he were to ask. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I kind of figured. I didn't really get super like sexual energy. Like I get sexual attraction energy, but not like you guys have sealed the deal or anything. I didn't get any like energy like that or see it in the cards at least. Absolutely, Scylla. No problem. Um, we're gonna go ahead with Miss Wendy, but you will be next. Thank you so much, Wendy. Thank you for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. I'm trying to play my cards right, as I love spending with them. Yeah, I hear. Yeah, I get you, Scylla. I hear you. Absolutely. Thank you, Charles. How's it going, man? What sign will Spirit show me if something is aligned with me? Um, that's a difficult question to ask, Wendy, for two reasons. One, it's difficult. Oftentimes, Spirit will not give you a cheat code there. Like, look for a white feather, or look for a a fox running through the snow. Because if they give you that information, it's like a cheat code, basically. They want you will intuitively know when you've seen something and it's a sign. And I know with me, and this isn't just with readings that I've given for people too, because I've had similar questions. With me and signs that I've seen, I've intuitively known. I've seen things that I thought were signs that likely weren't, but there are a few that I know absolutely were signs. Like for example, like hummingbirds are a sign for something in my life, but not all the time. Hi, Cappy Margarita. Thank you very much for your donation. Thank you. Sorry, we got a lot in the chat. One sec. I'm doing great. Thank you so much, Charles. I think a good way to ask, we can ask this way, Wendy. We can also ask, will Spirit send you a sign to let you know that something is aligned with your higher self? Do you want me to ask that? Because I'm telling you, if Spirit is going to send a sign, you will intuitively know it. Oh, you want me to ask how you better connect with your intuition? Yeah, we could ask that. But I also think there's no harm in asking if Spirit will show you a sign. Would you rather ask that? Because it is in tune with what you initially wanted to ask, and I think it would help, because I think you are in touch with your intuition, and it's, I mean, and I can give you advice too beyond the cards on how to connect better with your intuition. Yeah, I think that's a great question. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Wendy be shown a sign if something is aligned with her higher self? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Wendy be shown a sign by you if something is aligned with her higher self? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will you show Wendy a sign if something is aligned with her higher self? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will you show Wendy a sign if something is aligned with her higher self? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, will you show Wendy a sign if something is aligned with her higher self? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, will you show Wendy a sign if something is aligned with her higher self? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, will you show Wendy a sign if something is aligned with her higher self? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, will you show Wendy a sign if something is aligned with her higher self? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, will you show Wendy a sign if something is aligned with her higher self? Hi, Cappy Margarita. I received your donation. I rang the bell. I added you to the queue. We are currently reading for Wendy, and then you will be next. Thank you. Please don't spam the chat. Thank you very, very much. Okay, Miss Wendy. Let's see. We have 7 of Swords, 4 of Wands. Sorry. 6 of Wands. Sorry. 6 of Wands, 8 of Wands, Strength, and Knight of Wands reversed. Yes. Spirit will give you a message loud and clear when something is going to be aligned with your higher self. Not for every single situation with this Knight of Wands reversed. There are certain things that are 100% entirely in your hands, as we've talked about many times. I don't mean between me and you, but in general, I talk about this all the time on my channel. Not everything is fated. Not everything is set in stone. Most things in this life are based on our own free will and our own actions. But there are certain times and certain things that are just deeply fated, and Spirit is on the other side manipulating things. And you've got a lot of victories on the horizon here, love, with this 6 of Wands. And I feel like Spirit is going to imbue you with some extra energy and extra motivation, extra focus. with this strength card over the next couple of months, if you're feeling depleted, I strongly suggest asking your spirit guides. I know that there's things that only I can do, and I need to meet you halfway. But if you could help me out with giving me some extra energy, extra fortitude, extra strength, I'd really appreciate that. I don't want to drink another cup of coffee. I just need a boost here. And I've definitely seen that happen. I've seen that work with wonderful results. Okay, usually I'll feel something, and it seems like serendipity, but it's up to me to take that path. Not every time, love. No, I'm just getting to this Eight of Wands right here in the center, which is a sign. The Eight of Wands is a message, a sign, is arrows shooting across the sky saying, hey, the time is yours. The time is now. This is, we are confirming that if there's something you are questioning, its validity or space in your world, we're confirming that it's real. Now, are they saying specifically what that sign will be? No. Just like I said, they're not going to say. Maybe it is an arrow shooting literally across the sky, but it could be an animal. Hi, I am. Hi, Princess Moon. I am still doing donation readings. If you make a donation, I can add you to the list. I'm finishing up Wendy right now. Then we have Cappy Margarita, and if you make a donation, you will be next. Unless you need to skip the line, you can always donate $5 to skip the line. Thank you. But this Seven of Swords, I just want a little bit of clarity on here. And I feel like it has to do with this plucky energy, Usually I'll just know. It's a kick of intuition. Yeah, absolutely. And the Seven of Swords is it's not, as I was saying to Scylla earlier, it's not just lies, theft, betrayal, deceit, manipulation. There is a Kabbalic different way of looking at it. And I rarely see that energy with the Seven of Swords, but it came out earlier tonight, and this is the energy that I'm getting here, is that no lies, trickery, or deceit, but resourcefulness, and yeah, flexibility, resourcefulness, being able to easily cope with opposition and attain one's goals. And that's where I feel like Spirit's going to help you out with some extra strength here, like literal strength, just to get the ball rolling in certain directions. But the answer is yes, love. The answer is yes. When there are certain things in this life that are not, even if they have to do with our own actions, our own free will, sometimes we need that little extra boost, of motivation or action from Spirit. It still enables you to meet them halfway. But furthermore, I also truly believe that they are going to start showing you more signs when you are questioning certain things in your life. Yeah, that Eight of Wands for sure. You're very welcome, Wendy. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes it's hard for me to succinctly put things into words. They're kind of like complicated, more convoluted, complicated situations. But thank you so much, Wendy. Much love and light to you, girl. Cappy Margarita, thank you for your donation, Cappy Margarita. So Cappy Margarita, you have 3 questions. Have you met your soulmate? What sign will he be? And is there a possible time frame? Okay, those are some difficult questions to ask, but I'll do my very, very best. Give me one moment. All right, Margarita. So first question is, have you met your soulmate? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, has Margarita already met her soulmate? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, has Margarita already met her soulmate? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, has Margarita already met her soulmate? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, has Margarita already met her soulmate? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, has Margarita already met her soulmate? I also offer a soulmate confirmation reading. If there's someone who you have met in your life and you are questioning if they are a soulmate of yours or not, of which we have many. We have many soulmates in this life, and that's why it's a difficult question for me to answer. I'm going to re-ask it. Your romantic soulmate. We have many soulmates in this life. Sometimes they're family members, sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're coworkers, sometimes they're exes of ours, sometimes romantic relationships that didn't work out, they were still supposed to be in our life for a certain reason for that amount of time. So I think, and that's why these questions can get tricky, I think the smarter way of asking that question would be, have you met your romantic soulmate? And we just received a donation from Pisces Moon, who I think I accidentally called Princess Moon. I'm sorry, honey. I don't have the best eyesight right now. Your romantic soulmate. And we just received a donation from Philomena. Thank you, Philomena. Okay. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Has Margarita already met her romantic soulmate? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Has Margarita met her romantic soulmate? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Has Margarita met her future romantic soulmate? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Has Margarita met her future romantic soulmate? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Has Margarita met her future romantic soulmate? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Has Margarita already met her future romantic soulmate? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Has Margarita already met her future romantic soulmate? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Has Margarita already met her future romantic soulmate? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Has Margarita already met her future romantic soulmate? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Has Margarita already met her future romantic soulmate? Okay. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Temperance reversed. The Hierophant. Eight of Pentacles reversed. And the Hanged Man reversed. No. No, 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 no. You have yet to meet your romantic soulmate, Miss Margarita. That is for sure. You have physically not seen this man yet. Or woman. I don't know which way you swing. I don't know you. I don't know if this is the first time I've read for you. I know that YouTube changed usernames to the @ symbol. Sorry, one second. You did, Scylla? Sorry, I didn't. Oh, I see just now. One sec. I see that. Thank you so much, Scylla. Let me go ahead and add you here. This is the second time I have read for you. Okay. Sorry, one moment, please. I just want to make sure this is all fair. So we go by exactly the times that people donated. So Philomena was 7:38. Scylla, you were 7:33. Okay. So let's update this. I go by the exact time. I just look at the exact time that y'all donated. So this is the order. And if you guys can't wait, you can always donate $5 if you need to skip the line. Thank you. I started doing that recently. I noticed there's a reader I really like. I go to her channel a lot. She offers that service. I've had to use it a few times myself because I just didn't have time to wait. I had to be somewhere. So that's always an option, everybody. Thank you. So yeah, Miss Margarita, sorry about that interruption. You have not met this person yet. You have not met them for sure. With the Hangman reverse, you have not seen this man. You have not heard this man. You guys haven't spoken to one another, haven't seen one another. And I think the art is even telling here. He's like looking in the fishbowl. And when I think of one's new love, you're interested in men. Okay, so when I think of a new love coming into one's life, I think of the Page of Cups. It's like the crush card, and it's a fish. The traditional art is the page is holding a cup next to the ocean, and a fish jumps into that cup. So it's like someone coming from out of the blue that you haven't seen. And this isn't the Page of Cups, but it's the art is very similar to what I'm saying here. Is you have not met him. He has not come into your life. Knight of Pentacles reversed hasn't appeared. Eight of Pentacles reversed, but he's going to result in something, I think, long term. I don't know what you're looking for entirely, but I'm just assuming that you are looking for a long-term committed romance, not just because most women are, but yeah, most women are looking for a long-term connected romance. Yes, I'm looking for, looking for something traditional. The Hierophant is something that is within the realms of tradition, and it's something that aligns with your values, your set of values, and what you're ideally looking for. He is looking for the same thing. Your values align there with the Hierophant right in the center. So the answer is no, you have not met him, but he is out there. All right, girl, let's see. Second question, what sign will he be? Also can be a little difficult to answer, but we will do our very best here. Sorry, give me one sec. All right. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what sign will Margarita's romantic soulmate be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what sign will Margarita's romantic soulmate be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what sign will Margarita's romantic soulmate be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what sign will Margarita's romantic soulmate be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what sign will Margarita's romantic soulmate be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what sign will Margarita's romantic soulmate be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what sign will Margarita's romantic soulmate be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what sign will Margarita's romantic soulmate be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what sign will Margarita's romantic soulmate be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what sign will Margarita's romantic soulmate be? Four of Wands, Queen of Swords, Two of Swords reversed, the Devil, and Six of Swords reversed. Okay, I think he's going to be a fellow Capricorn. It's possible he could be a Libra, but I'm getting much stronger fellow Capricorn energy with the Devil here. That's your court card. Or sorry, that's your major arcana card is the Devil. And the Devil is also a marriage card. And so is the Four of Wands. I really think that your next romantic person is going to be the one, is going to, at least long term. I know that I can't say the one because 50% of marriages do end in divorce, but I do think it's going to result in at least, at the very least, because I can't read that far ahead, I think this is going to result in marriage. The husband was a Capricorn. Okay, yeah. And I've seen Capricorns do well. I've seen, it often is that way. It either goes one of two ways when signs date the same sign. I can't date other Aquariuses. I think it's because Aquarius is a masculine sign. Capricorn is a feminine sign. You're a woman. I'm sure I could see and sense you having a good rapport with another Capricorn. And you guys love everybody loves in a very unique way, but I feel like like Capricorns especially, have their own unique way of expressing things and wanting things. And I see it being a happy home, happy marriage. I don't think it's going to end in divorce. Six of Swords reversed. That's things staying together. Two of Swords reversed. Yeah, I think there's a chance he could be, but I think he's a Capricorn. Possibly has some Libra in his chart, but definitely feeling fellow Cap. Yeah. Wow, these aren't so hard to answer. They're pretty clear cut, girl. Normally these kind of questions are rather difficult to answer, but this is easy. Thank you. All right, and your third question. Sorry, honey. Is there a possible time frame? So the way that I can ask the time frame question is you have to give me a time frame, and tarot will confirm yes or no. So, for example, do you want to? Should we ask if you're going to meet this gentleman within the next year? Yes or no? Will you meet this gentleman in the next 3 months? Will you meet him in the next month? Will you meet him in the next 5 years? What's your time frame that you want confirmed? Great time frame. The next 6 months. Let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Margarita meet her future romantic soulmate within the next 6 months? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Margarita meet her future romantic soulmate within the next 6 months? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Margarita meet her next romantic soulmate within the next 6 months? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Margarita meet her future romantic soulmate within the next 6 months? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Margarita meet her future romantic soulmate in the next 6 months? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Margarita meet her future romantic soulmate within the next 6 months? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Margarita meet her future romantic soulmate within the next 6 months? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Margarita meet her future romantic soulmate within the next 6 months? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Margarita meet her future romantic soulmate within the next 6 months? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Margarita meet her future romantic soulmate in the next 6 months? Strength. 7 of Cups reversed. 5 of Cups. 3 of Swords. And Death reversed. No. Doesn't look like it. And I'll get into why I'm telling you this, but whoa. Even the art here with the 5 of Cups has a calendar. It's made in San Francisco. Welcome. Hi from San Francisco, Miss Texas. Made in San Francisco. So I guess that's why they have the Golden Gate Bridge on the calendar. But look, it's the month of May. Yeah, and that's within 5 months. So I know that's within the 6 month time frame, but I'll get to why I'm seeing it's a no. At least as things stand right now, which is leading me to my first question here. Are you actively dating? Like, are you putting yourself out there? Do you go on dating apps? Are you part of like a church or a place of worship or community of people? You are actively dating? Okay. That's good, because you got to put yourself out there. I tell that to everyone. If you're looking for love, it's just like looking for a job or a new apartment or anything, or school or whatever. If you don't, you do got to put in some effort in order to see a return. You know, on our time, and I met a guy organically. That's great. That's what I'm saying. I think it's good to have a healthy balance of using technology. Yeah. I've definitely met some nice people online, and I've met some great people in real life organically as well. So I think it's good to have a healthy balance of the two, you know, having a place IRL where you can meet people, but not closing the door all to people online either. But you are putting in the effort. that's likely what this strength card is because Spirit is saying that you are on the right path. But and I think you're even going to know over the next 6 months. I think you're going to meet some nice guys. I just keep meeting guys that don't go anywhere. Girl, I know, Taylor, I'm right there with you. I started dating again back in April, and things were going somewhere with people, one in particular, and then another in particular. And then it, like, I don't know if it was around like fall or what, but as the winter started coming, I don't know, things just weren't going. I wasn't getting ghosted, but like, here was the thing that I noticed over like a couple of months. I'd go on dates, and if I liked the guy, he didn't like me. And these guys kept falling head over heels for me that I just was not into. There's one guy that keeps on texting me right now and keeps on wanting to hang out. I'm like, dude, I'm just not interested. Like, and I'm not responding. You'd think that he'd get the message, but maybe I should just say, hey, I'm not available. I don't know. I don't know how people can't get that message. If I was texting someone to hang out and they weren't responding, I'd let it go, you know? But that's just the name of the game. It sucks sometimes. It's hard. It's hard to find that. It's hard to find a really solid connection, but it's not impossible. And you also don't want to settle. You know, it takes time. Nothing good in this world comes quickly or easily. Think of the best jobs in the world, like doctors, lawyers. It takes time to make that happen. You can't just apply for that job and get it overnight. You know, and not to say that like a job like that you do apply for and just get overnight is bad, but you know what I mean? Things of like, you want quality here. You want happily ever after. You want the rest of your life with this person. So you want to make sure you're not settling for anyone that's not filling up your cup. And that's what I'm seeing with the Seven of Cups reversed is you'll know intuitively if you've met the guy or not, because he's going to make your heart go boom, 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 and you're going to know. You will know. You don't need a sign or anything. You'll know. Because, yeah, it's just, I hate to put it this way, but the guys that you are likely going to meet are, I don't want to say they're going to disappoint you, but because they're not going to hurt you, but they're just not going to meet your criterion over the next 6 months. Which isn't to say that it's not going to happen over the next year or the next 2 years. It's definitely coming. But with this death reversed card, it's just not the right time right now. And that's also not to say, you know, don't go on dates with people or don't talk to people. I still think it's healthy for us to do that and get to know other people. You know, I don't want you to shoot yourself in the foot here. But I also feel that intuitively you'll know when you meet this guy. Especially if you're currently dating right now, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you feel that connection or you don't. Or you feel it on their side and you don't feel it on your side, which is also another issue. Awesome. Thank you so much for this reading. You're so welcome. You are so welcome, Margarita. Thank you. I appreciate you and hope I brought you clarity. Good things on the horizon. Good things on the horizon. You definitely got a great man coming into your life, and may not happen over the next 6 months, but it's happening. It's gonna happen for sure. And that's the other thing too, is not everybody gets married. Not everybody has a romantic soulmate, and you know, you do, you absolutely do, and he's on the horizon. Yay! That's wonderful. That's wonderful, Margarita. That's what I aim to do. No, we don't want to do that. All right, Miss Pisces Moon. Miss Pisces Moon, thank you for your donation. That's so funny. I was just gonna ask, what is your name, my friend? Your name is Morgan. Okay. And you are clearly a Pisces. And you donated for sorry, 1 second, I'm not seeing. Okay, Morgan, did you I'm a Gemini actually, but oh, yeah, Pisces moon. Duh. Okay, you're a Gemini. Never mind. And did you want this to be a 15 card reading, or did you have multiple questions? Three-question reading. You got it. My questions are what are what is his first impression? Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, three questions. You got it. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What will Morgan's future husband's personality be like? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What will Morgan's future husband's personality be like? This is also a tough question. It's going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What will Morgan's future husband's personality be like? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What will Morgan's future husband's personality be like? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What will Morgan's future husband's personality be like? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What will Morgan's future husband's personality be like? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What will Morgan's future husband's personality be like? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What will Morgan's future husband's personality be like? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What will Morgan's future husband's personality be like? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What will Morgan's future husband's personality be like? Hi, Austin. Welcome. Queen of Cups, King of Wands, the Empress reversed, Ten of Swords, and Queen of Swords. Wow. So many court cards. I think he's going to be a Leo. Wait, that wasn't one of your questions, was it? No, it wasn't. Okay, so I get he's at least giving me Leo energy here, Morgan, with this King of Wands here. He's going to treat you very, very well. He's very romantic, very, very sexually satisfying, very romantic. Also very traditional though. And it might differ from where you stand on things, but I don't want to say that this is the kind of guy who's looking for a trad wife, and I'm also not saying that there's anything wrong with being a trad wife. That might be something that you are interested in, but with the Empress reversed, he does have some backwards notions of what a woman should be like in the home, and how a wife should treat her husband, like literally backwards notions of what one's empress is in their life, and by backwards I mean like outdated. So he may expect you to like stay at home. Again, you may not have an issue with that. You may want that. He may expect you to do all the cooking, all the cleaning. I'm traditional in the sense I want to have a family, but more progressive of a woman. That's what I'm saying is, especially when it comes to being a mom. I was just going to get to that. The Empress is the mother card, and his expectations for you as a mother are far more traditional. Like if you have a kid, he's likely not going to want you to work. He's likely going to say that is your work. That's your job, is your mommy. And you take care of the home and you take care of the kids, and I provide. And there's there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, especially if he's able to do so, which it looks like he is with this King of Wands. It looks like it's something he's able and wanting to do, but if it doesn't align entirely with what you're looking for, you might have to both make some concessions there, because you can't, I was gonna, because I was gonna say, like, you might have to make some concessions with your progressiveness, but in that he'll have to make concessions with his traditional ways. There's going to have to be an equal give and take here. But overall, I see there ultimately being balance. I see you guys discussing things with this Queen of Swords. I don't see like loud arguments. I see you guys, because I always say like conversation, communication is the opposite of conflict. And I do see you guys talking things out, and going, you know, talking through your differences and your expectations and how to make those, how to balance those in a fair way. He's a little dramatic with the Ten of Swords, which is very Leo energy. He can be a bit of a drama queen sometimes. He doesn't yell. He's not an argumentative guy, but sometimes you might just find that he's like just kind of dramatic, over the top about certain things. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing there. Good husband, good intentions. Good intentions. This is a man who already appears to know what he wants, and wants to make it happen. Leos don't mess around. If they see something they want, they almost always run and grab it. Okay, let's see. In your second question here, how will you meet your future husband? Okay. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will Morgan meet her future husband? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will Morgan meet her future husband? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will Morgan meet her future husband? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will Morgan meet her future husband? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will Morgan meet her future husband? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will Morgan meet her future husband? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will Morgan meet her future husband? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will Morgan meet her future husband? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will Morgan meet her future husband? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, how will Morgan meet her future husband? Two of Wands reversed, Knight of Wands reversed, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and Two of Swords. Now, this is another one of those questions that Spirit is just very evasive with. Asking, like earlier, I had a client ask, what, if Spirit gives her a sign, what will the sign look like? And Spirit just didn't answer. Spirit did not answer what the sign would look like. They said they will show a sign, but to tell someone what the sign is, that's something that they want you to figure out on your soul's journey. It's I don't want to say it's like cheating, but it's there are certain things that Spirit wants to unfold naturally for us to discover naturally. And they're saying with this Two of Wands reversed and Knight of Wands reversed that you're on the right path. There's only so much you can do to facilitate finding that love in your life. But they're definitely not giving any specific locations, like, oh, you'll meet him like at church or temple, or you'll meet him out grocery shopping, out in the public, or you'll meet him through a friend. Like, I'm not seeing any suggestion of any of that here, and I'm sorry, love. I'm not trying to, just evade doing a reading for you. I wish I had a clear answer here, but that was another I was like, oh, it's gonna be a hard question, because it's kind of like I used to ask a lot when I was about 5 years ago. I was trying to navigate a new direction in my career, and I would ask, what am I supposed to do? What should I do? What should I do for a living? Spirit, that was the one question no tarot reader could ever answer for me. Never. But when I realized what I wanted to, when I finally realized what it was I wanted to get into, when I'd ask for confirmation if I should basically this YouTube channel. I asked 3 times. The first 2 times I asked, am I ready to start a YouTube channel? I've been reading my whole life, but can I do this professionally? The first 2 times it said no. The third time I got the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the High Priestess, I'll never forget this, Star, and the Ten of Cups. It was like, yeah, you go for it. Now is the time. Now you're ready. So it was when I discovered that component myself that they were able to confirm. But they are confirming that, yes, you will meet him. Have some patience. It will have, all things happen in the time that they're supposed to. It has to be right place, right time. Yes, you will meet him. I don't know how soon, but if Spirit is confirming that you will be meeting him at this time, Spirit's all about reading current energy, so it mustn't be very far off. And there's definitely a new beginning on the horizon with that's going to have a very solid foundation. Like, they are confirming that you are going to meet him, and I don't think it's going to take forever. But it also might even be a disservice if they were, because there might be a few different ways in which you meet this person. It might be at a Japanese restaurant on a Thursday evening. It might be at a jazz club on a Saturday evening. And if they were to tell you, oh, a specific thing, you might end up spending too much time at one place that would prevent you from actually meeting that person at a different place, This is really this is something that's fated. I talk about this a lot on my channel. Is a lot of things in this life are up to us. It's our own free will that determines a lot of things. But there are some things in this life that are fated. This is one of those. This is a fated love that is meant to happen. And if it is fated, as Spirit says it is, then they're doing what they need to do on the other side to facilitate you meeting them. And they're saying that Knight of Wands reverse, 8 and 2 of Wands reverse, you've done all you can do. You put yourself out there, you live your life. That's really all you can do at this point. You will indeed meet them. It's just in terms of facilitating it, trying to make it faster, have patience. The best things in life never come quickly or easily. It takes time. And this is going to be a forever marriage. You want to make sure it's someone you really want to be with forever. And your third question here, my last question is, what would his angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what will Morgan's future husband's first impression of her be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what will Morgan's future husband's first impression of her be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what will Morgan's future husband's first impression of her be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what will Morgan's future husband's first impression of her be like? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what will Morgan's future husband's first impression be of her? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what will Morgan's future husband's first impression of her be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what will Morgan's future husband's first impression of her be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what will Morgan's future husband's first impression of her be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what will Morgan's future husband's first impression of her be? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what will Morgan's future husband's first impression of her be? Alright, give me 1 second here. Oakley Dokley, Miss Morgan, the Hanged Man, the Star, 4 of Cups reversed. Sorry, 6 of Cups reversed. Wait. Nope, that's 4. 4 of Cups reversed. 5 of Swords reversed. And 8 of Wands. Okay. Right off the bat, he's going to be very attracted to you, girl. Very, very physically attracted to you with this 8 of Wands. And I don't know if you're a shy girl or if you're more introverted like me. At least in real life, I'm pretty introverted, but I typically need someone who's more of an extrovert to kind of reel me in. And that's very much the energy I get from him. Is he's like, ooh, I have to talk to her. I have to talk to her. like, he's going to be the one to talk to you and initiate things. I am shy and introverted. Okay. He's not. He's a Leo. I'm convinced he's going to be a Leo. They are not shy. And if they are shy, they do a very good job of masking it. And as I mentioned, if he's a Leo, he's gonna see you and be like, I know. When they see someone or something they want, they immediately go for it. He's gonna waste no time in getting to know you and talking to you. He's gonna see you and immediately talk to you. He's gonna be drawn to you like that. He's not going to accept defeat with the Five of Swords. He will not accept defeat there. He sees you as the ultimate catch right off the bat. And this may sound corny, but you're going to be unlike any woman he's ever met in the past, which is true. You know, we're all totally different, but it's also, I feel like you may be a little, I don't know if he has a type. He may have a type, and you aren't his typical type. You aren't. Yeah, you're not. You don't fall into the category of what his usual type would be, but he don't care at all. He's like, wow, like, what have I been missing out on? Like, I need a woman like that. I've been doing the wrong thing. I've been with the wrong girls this whole time, the wrong type of girl. This is the kind of girl I need to be with. And it's just going to really, like, the Hangman. Yeah, it's like seeing a woman for the very first time. Not obviously not literally, but he's really going to see you from a completely different perspective than he's ever seen another woman. And he's just going to see so much light and beauty radiating from you with this Star card. Not only is he going to see so much beauty and light radiating from you that he needs to be a part of, but he also sees you as his future. He's going to see this as, like, meant to be from the first time he sees you. Love at first sight. Now, I don't know how much I believe in love at first sight. I have not experienced it myself, but I have no doubt that it does indeed exist. It's still good to be cautious and careful moving forward, taking things, not too slow, but slowly but surely getting to know someone. But I feel like it's going to hit both of you like boom, like, especially him. It's going to really hit him when he meets you. He's going to be like, that's the girl for me. This is really, really good. This is really beautiful, Morgan. Yeah, the Star encapsulates just all, like, every aspect of your beauty, all the light that you radiate. This reading was so great. You're very welcome, love. You are very welcome. And I'm gonna tell you, girl, I don't always have this kind. I'm not just blowing smoke up your butt or anything like that. Sometimes people ask. The reason why I usually say, oh, that's a tough question to ask, is sometimes the answer is, that you're not. There isn't someone out there coming to you soon. Redirect your actions, blah, blah, blah. And I hate having to tell people that. It sucks. But seeing this was lovely. This was delightful to see. Yeah, you're on the right path. You can't rush anything. You've done all you can do. You're going to meet him for sure. He's a great guy. And you guys are looking for the same thing. And you'll know when you meet him. He's going to pull out, and those Leos pull out all the stops. I don't know how many Leos you've dated, but I've dated more Leos than any other sign. They really pull out the red carpet. When they see someone or something they want, they don't waste time. They don't waste time. Never. No. Thank you again, love. Miss Scylla. Miss Scylla Milla, thank you for your donation, hun. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you, Scylla Milla, Scylla Milla. There she is. All right. If Ray was my boyfriend, would he finally accept if I was like, Sherwin is my boyfriend too, or no, because he does seem possessive and he would be like, no, pick one, like what would go down, don't want a passive man like a possessive man, which he has been. Okay, I need a sentence that I can encant there. Scylla, that's a whole lot. If Ray was my boyfriend, would he actually accept if I was like, Sherwin is my, okay, would he accept, if Ray was your boyfriend, would he also accept you being also having Sherwin as your boyfriend is the question. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Yeah, let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. If Ray was Scylla's boyfriend, would he accept her also being Sherwin's girlfriend? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. If Scylla was Ray's girlfriend, would he also accept her being Sherwin's? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. If Scylla was Ray's girlfriend, would he also accept her being Sherwin's? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. If Ray was Scylla's girlfriend, would he also accept her being Sherwin's? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. If Scylla was Ray's girlfriend, would he also accept her being Sherwin's? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. If Scylla was Ray's girlfriend, would he also accept her being Sherwin's? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. If Scylla was Ray's girlfriend, would he accept her being Sherwin's as well? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. If Scylla was Ray's girlfriend, would he also accept her being with Sherwin? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. If Scylla was Ray's girlfriend, would he also accept her being with Sherwin? Okay. The Emperor reversed. Ace of Swords reversed. Two of Cups reversed. Eight of Swords reversed. And Six of Pentacles. I don't think so, hun. I don't think so. I think, yeah, he's certainly not okay with a throuple. What he's okay with is what's going on now. And he's still not okay with it. Like, just in reference to the last reading we did, when it said that, yeah, he would make concessions, that he's making the concession right now. He doesn't like the fact that you're also seeing Sherwin. I wouldn't do this, by the way. It's okay. Yeah, no, I hear you. But yeah, he would not be down for that. Not at all. He's looking for Two of Cups, not three. He only wants he just wants you and him. That's it. This he feels it wouldn't set this connection free. It wouldn't allow it to unfurl. He would not want this to start. Ace of Swords reversed. He's accepting this right now, and he's accepting, yeah. But you guys also aren't boyfriend and girlfriend, so you have every right. But he's pissed because he's possessive. The Emperor reversed. He wants to be your emperor. Well, he could ask you, do you want to be my girlfriend? And then what would you say? That's the thing, though. Would you say, yeah, let's go ahead and be boyfriend and girlfriend? Or would you say, I don't want to make a decision right now. Sorry, but the obvious reason is the reason you don't want to make a decision is because you still want to see Sherwin. You would say yes. Would you continue talking to Sherwin? Because that I don't think he's okay with. Ace of Swords is communication. I don't think he'd even want you talking to Sherwin. He would become extremely possessive. The Emperor reversed. He'd be like, no, I'm the only Emperor in your life. I don't want you talking to Sherwin. Because then he would be allowed to, technically he'd have the right to say that to you because he's already made you his woman. I would make the decision then, and no, I wouldn't continue talking. Okay. Well, then that's the caveat there. That's the situation. Is if you guys were boyfriend and girlfriend, he would want you to exclusively be his, and no throuple situation, no open relationship situation. He's just not okay with it. The closest to being okay with it he is right now. And, you're not being intimate with either of them. So I think that really helps things. That's keeping some of the jealousy. Of course there's still jealousy, but that's what's keeping a lot of the intense jealousy at bay, is the comfort of him knowing he's comforted with the fact, knowing that you guys haven't slept together, that you haven't slept with him. I was making sure he's possessive. We know he's possessive, girl. How many times have we seen the Emperor come up today? And now we've got it reversed. Even worse. We know he's possessive just by his actions. You know that, yeah. And it's only going to go further because, you know, as of right now, you guys are not officially together. But you take that to the next level. Don't be sorry. I'm just keeping it real. Don't be sorry. You take that to the next level, and you're going to see a different man. You know. Thank you, girl. Shug, Soho. I feel of these cards. Yeah. So no, yeah, no, he would not be okay with it at all. No way, no. He would want to make you his and his alone. And what do you feel of these cards? I feel like he is extremely possessive, and he wants you. He wants you for himself, and he wants you to want that too. With the Six of Pentacles, he wants an equal balance of affection and and emotions between the two of you, energies, time shared, time spent together. But he also wants you just to himself. Two of Cups reversed. He doesn't want a third party involved. He wants just Two of Cups, you and him. That's what he wants. And then the Emperor reversed. You know that you even mentioned the Emperor earlier, like right at the beginning of my live stream. You're like, I said, you want to see the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, or the Emperor, and you said, but the Emperor is very possessive, and you're right. And what did I say? I'm like, especially in its reverse form, I say it's an unhealthy form of possession. Now we're getting into that territory. If you suggested dating another guy, we'd be getting into unhealthy territory. Girl, I'm gonna do it again. Thank you for clarifying. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, love. Thank you. Thank you so much, Scylla. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. I received it. Thank you, love. How does Ray see me overall as a woman? Good question. Good effing question. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Ray see Scylla overall as a woman? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Ray see Scylla overall as a woman? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Ray see Scylla overall as a woman? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Ray see Scylla overall as a woman? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Ray see Scylla overall as a woman? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Ray see Scylla overall as a woman? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Ray see Scylla overall as a woman? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Ray see Scylla overall as a woman? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Ray see Scylla overall as a woman? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Ray see Scylla overall as a woman? Strength reversed, King of Pentacles reversed, I knew the Empress was going to come up. 8 of Pentacles reversed and 8 of Swords reversed. All right. He is a very possessive, controlling person, hun. He is seeing, I'm not saying that he sees you as a weak person. I'm not confused. I'm seeing what's going on here, and I'm explaining. Strength reversed. I'm not saying that he sees you as a weak person or someone who doesn't have any strength, but he does see someone who he could potentially have on his terms. King of Pentacles reversed is also manipulative. It's manipulative energy here. He's not seeing you as the King of Pentacles, but he's seeing you as someone who could quite easily be moldable. Yet on his terms, like if you are to be his girlfriend, he's going to he will be controlling. So now I don't know how you've like the observations you've had up until this point. He's also not your boyfriend, but if he were to become your boyfriend, trust and believe he would be controlling. I don't mean abusive necessarily. You kind of like that, okay, but up until a certain point, would you like it if he said, I don't want you going out with your girls, I don't want you working, because he doesn't want you working. Eight of Pentacles reversed, which sounds nice, you know. I know you want to be, you know, you want to have your freedom, you want to be provided for, but I feel like it would end up turning in a not so cool way. He sees you as very free with this 8 of Swords reverse, untethered, unbound. And that also leads me to him feeling like he could, like, if he wants to move to Timbuktu, he'll say, we're moving to Timbuktu. Like, everything on his terms. From as long as he takes care of me, I'll ask him the next question. Okay, and that I do see him taking care of you, but with this Empress card, like, he, you know, will take care of you, but you know, I just think, I know you also like your freedom too. I know you do, or, you know, up until a certain point, I don't know how long you've been in a relationship where you were totally controlled and how long that lasted, but it gets old. It does get old. It can sound nice at first, like, oh, being taken care of, blah, blah. And being taken care of is one thing. Being provided for is one thing. But being provided for with stipulations and rules is something different. And that's more what I'm seeing. Exactly. You get tired of it. I can almost promise you. I think at first it might be a little fun, but then something would happen where you really don't have any negative intentions. You'll want to go out with your friends or something like that, or buy a dress that you really like, or whatever. And it's something petty, but not to you. Something petty to him, and he would try to control you. That 8 of Swords reversed. He sees someone who he can easily control to be his, and because he thinks that he can provide the best for you. I've told you that before. He sees you as his Empress, and we keep on seeing the Emperor card. But I mentioned it in earlier tonight. He wants things on his terms. Now, are those terms absolutely terrible? We don't know yet. We don't know. I think some of them are okay, and some of them could be really detrimental. It's totally fine for a man to want to provide everything for his woman. And I saw that. Remember, I said he feels like he could treat you better than Sherwin. He could provide for you better. That 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups. He feels like he can provide for you better. And he has an idea as to exactly how he wants to provide for you. I believe it's how he's treated women in the past. He has a certain way with women, and he has an idea in mind of how he wants you as his woman. On his terms of, like, when he will be with me or when he's with me. Both. Like, he wants you on, when he finally asks you, which I believe he will, that's when you'll start seeing this possessive, which you've already noticed, his possessive nature. You've already noticed it. You'll see it come out even more. So, you know, like I said, it's fine to be taken care of and provided for. It's wonderful so long as it comes from a place of love and no and without conditions and terms. Um, just solely for the sake of wanting your partner to be happy. I think part of him believes that's where this is coming from. He just will make you happy, but I don't think he has the emotional depth or maturity to not have strict rules, especially with a woman as free as you. Um, you know, you like your freedom. You live a good life, and you definitely don't like being told what to do or what not to do. That's precisely what he would do. Do expect that if you were boyfriend and girlfriend, you'd be told what to do, what not to do. I already gave a few examples. Going out with friends, going shopping with his money. He may not, if it's something he doesn't approve of, he may not let you buy it. Yet he likely won't let you work and make your own money. So does that not put you in a bind? You see what I mean? Or going out with your girlfriends, something like that. Going to a party. I don't know if he likes going to raves or parties, but say there's a party or concert that you want to go to, he doesn't want to go, he won't let you. He's gonna want you tied at his wrist. So, you know, I don't know specifically what the rules are, but those are the kind of things that I've seen in situations like this. Yeah. Did you have another question, Miss Scylla? Don't be scared. Don't be scared, Scylla. You know how to navigate this. You don't need to be scared once you know the truth. The truth sets you free. Okay, I see. Thank you for all I donated. Would Ray financially provide for me and take care of me overall? If so, why? I don't see your donation. Let me double check here. Yeah, I still haven't received your third donation, hun. Oh, wait, hold on one sec. Um, sorry, one second. I see. Thank you so much, hun. Sorry about that. My bad, my bad. Okay. Let's see here. So, you would like to know if Ray would financially provide for you and take care of you overall. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, would Ray provide for and take care of Scylla if they were to date? Angels, masters, and spirit, if they were to be together. Angels, masters, and spirit guides, would Ray provide for and take care of Scylla if they were to be together? Angels, masters, and spirit guides, would Ray take care of and provide for Scylla if they were to be together? Angels, masters, and spirit guides, would Ray provide for Scylla and take care of her if they were together? Angels, masters, and spirit guides, would Ray provide for Scylla and take care of her if they were together? Angels, masters, and spirit guides, would Ray provide for Scylla and take care of her if they were together? Angels, masters, and spirit guides, would Ray provide for Scylla and take care of her if they were together? Angels, masters, and spirit guides, would Ray provide for Scylla and take care of her if they were together? Angels, masters, and spirit guides, would Ray provide for Scylla and take care of her if they were together? Angels, masters, and spirit guides, would Ray provide for Scylla and take care of her if they were together? Okay, we have Two of Swords reversed, the Emperor reversed, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and the Hermit reversed. Yes and no. Yes and no. It doesn't, I mean, it definitely comes with his stipulations. The Emperor reversed, it would come with him being possessive of you. But I don't think that was a question. We made that clear in the last reading. I do want some clarity with this Two of Swords reversed. We've seen that a couple of times tonight here. And so oh yeah, like if we live together. Yeah, this is if you guys live together. This is if you guys are like together, like playing house, like officially boyfriend, girlfriend. The Two of Swords reverse suggests that the asker has to make a decision between two options, but feels stuck and unable to make a move. He did mention he took care of girls when they lived together. Yeah, that's what he's used to, and he takes care of them in a very specific way. And I believe that this is him waiting for you to for him to feel confident enough to know that you've made your decision, that you want to be with him. And so until you say you're mine, I'm yours, and we are exclusive, that's one of the stipulations of providing for you. But if he was your emperor, he would provide for you, but it would come with a lot of controlling possessions. Oh, I see, like this is current energy, but we're not together, but you're better. Yes, he would then. Yeah. So there's part of this is current energies right now, but yeah, if this is also talking about if the two of you were together with this Emperor reverse. Emperor reverse is an overbearing partner. It's also competitiveness, power struggles. Yeah, if you're together. Now here's the issue. We have the Five of Pentacles right here in the center. The Five of Pentacles is like when we're talking about money and being taken care of, we want to see lots of pentacles. All we're seeing is the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is the poverty card. Is feeling like you don't, or feeling like you are lacking when it comes to money. And with this Seven of Cups, I feel like he's going to try and lure you with the promise of like I'll provide for everything that you want. All your dreams, all your financial dreams will be fulfilled by me. It's like, and I'm not saying that he wouldn't fulfill some of those financial dreams or that he wouldn't take care of you, because he would, but there would be stipulations. And I'm telling you, girl, there will be times where he's not going to want you to work. He's going to want you to stay in the home with the Hermit reversed. And that leads me to believe he also doesn't want you to be out with friends and just out without him. And this will lead you, even though he does intend on providing for you, it's just not enough, because he's going to be controlling where you spend your money and what on, and preventing you from making your own money, which, nobody likes working. We get it. But there is something to be said about having one's own money and being able to spend it with freedom. It's not one's own money if you're not able to spend it on what you want. You know what I mean? I've seen people get married to people who take care of them, but there's rules on what they can spend money on, and they can't just spend it willy-nilly. And I feel like he's going to lead you on and tell you can, live the lifestyle that you're used to, and that an even better lifestyle that you're used to. But the truth of the matter is, it's on his terms. It's on his terms. So it would render you despite him taking care of you, it would render you feeling like you have a lack, like you're lacking financially. So that's that Emperor reversed. Possessiveness, competitiveness, it's all there. And he thinks he has a good reputation and good intentions when it comes to taking care of women. And I hate to put it this way because I'm single too, but here he is single, living with a roommate, competing over a woman who his roommate's also into. I don't know, it's just, and he's also not fully taking action, but which doesn't lead me to believe that he doesn't want you. It's actually quite the opposite. It leads me to believe that he's plotting something. He's manipulating and like plotting how to specifically do this. I'm gonna do it again, girl. But this is for relationship or current energy because we're not together. Okay, no problem. Of course, girl. Thank you, love. All right, please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Wait, are you asking if the last question is about the last question? Is this for relationship or current energy? Because the last question I asked wasn't current energy. It was, well, it was both. It was current energies and if you are to date, this is how it will be. So it's a little bit of both, Scylla. It was, if it, where things are right now, and also if you are to date, this is what, this is how it will be. It was both. It was, Scylla, please listen to me. It was both. It showed up both. Yeah, it showed how things currently are, but how they will be if you are to be boyfriend and girlfriend. If we were in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, would he financially take care of me and the rent and bills? If so, why? Like, once I claim him. Well, we already asked that question, hun. We asked if he was going to take care of you financially, and it said yes, if you guys date. Can I just clarify in a relationship to make sense? How about this? How about we add 5 cards to that last question? Because it was really the same question, hun. I was asking, will he take care of you? And the answer was yes, once you guys start dating. And it also explained how he would take care of you. But if you want more information on that, I think it would be smart to add 5 cards to that. Or you can change you can change the question. It's up to you. Your reading. You want to add 5 cards. You got it. Hi, Philomena. Please stick around. You will be next. Thank you. Okay, so let's do that, please. I need to know in a full-blown boyfriend, girlfriend, once I claim it to really clarify once we're together. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Will Ray financially provide for Scylla if they're in a relationship? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray financially provide for Scylla if they were in a relationship? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray provide financially for Scylla if they were in a relationship? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray financially provide for Scylla if they were in a relationship? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Ray financially provide for Scylla if they were in a relationship? But yes, we have 9 of Cups reversed, Nine of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Sun. Yeah, my answer is still yes. Is still yes. Yeah, he will financially provide for you. However, Spirit is saying that it would provide a level. You wouldn't be completely satisfied. You wouldn't be completely content with this Nine of Cups reverse. Nine of Cups upright is contentment, satisfaction, wish fulfillment, desires and wishes coming true. In its reverse form, it's the opposite of that. It's a lack of satisfaction. He's also going to want to make you his wifey with this Nine of Pentacles. I was expecting to see the Ten of Pentacles come out, but we've got this Nine of Pentacles, which is the step previous to getting to that Ten of Pentacles, ultimate contentment, ultimate financial satisfaction. But the problem is I don't see him bringing you that ultimate financial satisfaction. He thinks he can provide it for you, and to a certain level he can, but with his and I'm assuming he makes good money, and that he has the resources to provide for you, but he does have these stipulations. We have this Five of Pentacles matched with this Three of Pentacles here. I told you that he likely will not want you to work. I take that back now. I'm getting some clarity for the things that there's going to be, and there will be quite a few things that he does not agree on paying for. So satisfaction and a provider, but on his terms, he makes good money for sure. Yeah. On his terms, and there are, as I mentioned before, there will definitely be things that you're going to want him to pay for that he's going to feel like no. Either like it could be clothes, it could be vacations, it could be anything, beauty treatments, whatever it is. There, he's going to leave you wanting. Nine of Cups reversed, Five of Pentacles. That's wanting. That's still wanting more. And I'm not saying you're asking for, and I'm not even saying it like you're asking for a lot here. It's more he's tight. Yeah, he's got a lot of money, but he's quite tight with it and pretty explicit about where he allocates his funds and how he feels funds should be allocated. So he may actually suggest for certain things that you like go out and get and work with his Three of Pentacles, which is something that you may not be wanting to do. But it would also give you some freedom, but he also will have control over what you do for a living. Trust and believe that that will also be on his terms. So he would want, I think for certain things, like I mentioned, I keep on repeating this, there will be certain purchases that he will not want to pay for. He will refuse to pay for and will leave you wanting, leave you needing of more. Not basic things like food or shelter or warmth or anything like that, or health or anything like that. No. But extras, certain things, he's going to say, no, you don't need to, I don't need to pay for that. You don't need that. You shouldn't even want that. But if you really, really want it, you can work for it. It's what his stipulations, part of what these stipulations are, Scylla. I mean, I'm not saying it's right, but it is his money at the end of the day, and he's got his own ideas, his own prerogative. Now, if this was just a real traditional, like, taking care of one's woman in one's life, it would be different, but it's not. I don't see him, well, actually, I do see him potentially wanting children with you. So it does feel a little traditional, and it's like, you know, there are certain, you know, we're in a household together and we have to see eye to eye on what's necessary and what's not. But at the same time, I would want to make my own money too. So I hope you understand. That's what I'm saying too, girl, is like, yeah, we all love to be taken care of and, you know, not having to work. But I don't know about you, girl, but if I go too long without working, even if like, and I have been in connections where I was provided for, That yeah, well, I wouldn't, because I'm getting into it. I've been in connections where I was provided for, and there often were stipulations, and I did end up oftentimes having to work on my own on the side, in order to pay for certain things. And I even remember my girlfriend growing up, her dad provided for her mom in every way, but he did not agree with her mom smoking weed. So her mom worked at Whole Foods, even though they lived in like a mansion and like he paid for everything. But her mom also liked working at Whole Foods. That was the other thing too, was like she kind of needed a break. She kind of needed to like socialize with other people, and like, and he didn't keep her from socializing or anything like that. He wasn't a monster. My girlfriend's dad was a good man. Worked really hard. But there were certain things he didn't feel were legit paying for, and weed was one of them. I want to work, but yeah, as long as he pays for the rent, etc., and vacations and gifts. Yeah, yeah, like, well, and that's the thing is vacations. There are some things where I think he might feel like, I'm not saying he wouldn't pay for vacations. I do see him paying for vacations and like luxuries for the two of you, but he's gonna have to want it too. If you want to go to Tahiti and he's not into Tahiti, he's gonna say no. We're going here instead. But I do think he will try to make some, like, see you eye to eye with certain things. Like, if say there's a place where you guys both want to go on vacation, but he wants to go one place and you don't want to go there, he'll also listen to you and be like, okay, well then let's find somewhere else to go. I don't think he's intentionally trying to keep you unhappy here, Scylla. But he's also just kind of stuck in his. He's also just kind of stuck in his ways. And he will make some of your dreams come true here. Like I mentioned, he will, with the Seven of Cups, he will satisfy some of your financial dreams. Does that make someone a provider? I think so. I think, yeah. I mean, there's different types of providers too, Scylla. Not everybody provides in the same way. Just like parents, provide for their kids, but we're all provided for in different ways. Some kids are way more spoiled than others. Some kids get much more educational advantages than others. Some kids get but the bare minimum, But parents, they're still providers, but there's different levels of providing in any connection. He can help me get rich on my own, like a good provider. Yeah, that would be the best provider. Someone to help you get rich. Yeah, maybe like that would be my dream. Like being with someone who can help me put me through school. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Help you attain those dreams, and I think he does want to help you attain those dreams because he does see you as his romantic counterpart, this Queen of Cups, this beautiful Queen of Cups. He does want to spoil you. He does want to treat you right, but he does have a cheap side to him. I don't know if you've noticed it. I don't want to call him cheap either, because it's not necessarily cheap, but he's good with his money, and there are certain things that he does feel are extravagant. He's not. He does like luxury items and luxuries, but perhaps not as much as you. Some items are cheaper at Whole Foods than Publix. That's crazy, Austin. There's a Whole Foods across the street from my house, so I go there a lot. We don't have a Publix here, but I can't think of like one thing at Whole Foods that's cheaper. Sometimes they have sales, but yeah. The Hermit reversed and the Sun. Yeah, I do feel like he is going to kind of keep you. He's not going to want you to go out on your own. Would I accept this or momentarily? I would give it a shot, Scylla, but I wouldn't get married to the guy and put myself into a bind, because this could end up not satisfying you. That's the gamble that we take with that. If it's conditional that you guys get married, which I don't think it is, but I think he does want you to live with him. If that's conditional, it can be hard to just leave once you're settled in a new house and someone's paying for the rent. I've been there. And if you want out of the relationship, it can be very tough because you're kind of cornered. You want to be able to at least have an escape route, like escape money, escape saving money. Yeah, definitely no marriage. He's great though for now. Yeah. He is going to want marriage though, which leads me to this Sun card. He is going to want marriage eventually. Possibly children. Yeah, that's why I need to make money on my own. I'm so glad I found out the truth, girl. Yeah, absolutely. Continue making money on your own. It's lovely to be provided for and taken care of. Absolutely. Is that not the dream? But at the same time, you don't want to be bound. You don't want to be cornered financially, especially. You don't want to be put into a financial um, binding. You don't want to be put into financial bondage. So he's cheap. What vibe is that? Not no, he's not. That's what I took it back. I said he's cheap. He's not cheap, but he's really good with his money. He's very tight with his money. He sees where every single penny goes. And while he does like luxury items, he does feel that some of them are not necessary. I don't know what his upbringing was like, but I kind of get the sense that he may not have grown up with a ton of money. So that and he's very careful with what he has now. No, I would not like that. No, I wouldn't like feeling bound. I wouldn't like feeling bound. That's not something I would be down for. And I've been there, girl. I've been bound by someone financially, and it was not something I was anticipating at all or saw coming, and it was very difficult to escape. So you got to be very careful there. Okay. Thank you very much, Scylla. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'm so glad I was able to bring you insight and clarity. You would want a man to give you everything and more. Well, yes, and part of everything and more in my world is allowing me to make my own money and achieve my own dreams. So the dream would really be for someone to help put me through school, you know. That would be the dream. Hi, Miss Philomena. My question is, what's going on with Danny? And thank you so much for your patience, Philomena. We haven't talked for almost 3 weeks. He just stopped contacting me out of nowhere. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is going on with Danny right now? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is currently going on with Danny and Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is currently going on with Danny regarding Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is currently going on with Danny regarding Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is currently going on with Danny regarding Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is currently going on with Danny regarding Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is currently going on with Danny regarding Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is currently going on with Danny regarding Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is currently going on with Danny regarding Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is currently going on with Danny regarding Philomena? You're very welcome, Scylla. Okay, Philomena, let's see. We have Page of Swords reversed, the Hermit reversed, Three of Cups, the Magician reversed, yeah, Eight of Wands reversed. Yeah, I definitely see that he's not talking. I see that he's pulled away. I see that he's not communicating anymore, which you know. This isn't news to you. You just told me he hasn't spoken to you in 3 weeks. And yeah, also the Page of Swords reversed is a lack of communication as well. He's down in the dumps. He's not happy. He's not happy. And I'm not making excuses for him not speaking to you, but he feels sad. He feels like he went wrong somewhere, said something wrong, did something wrong. He's really not used to dating Philomena. This was, yeah, it's been a while for him. And again, I'm not making excuses. Sorry, what, Scylla? But in terms of freedom, girl, would you accept someone paying for basic? Yeah, sorry, please don't interrupt, Miss Scylla. One last question, and we can talk after Philomena's reading, but she's been waiting for a while. Would you accept someone paying for basics, etc., but not paying for beauty treatments, or is it? Yeah, I probably would accept that. I probably would accept that because I can pay for my own beauty treatments. Okay, Miss Philomena, thank you for your patience, love. Yeah, so he's down in the dumps, and again, I'm not making excuses for him at all for not talking to you. He could have communicated that. And I think I said that last time. Like, if he does need space to process things, I've been with people, I've dated people, and they've needed space to process things emotionally, but they've had the emotional maturity to let me know. And this guy didn't. This is where I'm really seeing that he's very emotionally immature, doesn't know what he's doing. Do I think that he wants to reach out to you again? I do. I think that he would like to reach out to you again, but I also think that he feels that he's completely blown it. With both the Hermit reversed and the Magician reversed, he really feels, and well, it sounds like maybe he did. He feels like he screwed up. He didn't take action. He didn't take action where he should have taken action, or he didn't speak when he should have spoken, or he didn't exemplify certain emotions when he should have. But that's what I'm seeing with this Magician reversed, is there is a lot of self-doubt, a lot of self-blame, and overall feeling like he's not good enough for you. He's really down on himself right now. He's really seeking the comfort of his friends at this time and his family with the Three of Cups. I do not sense that his affections have waned and gone to another woman. If he was talking to another woman, it's likely, like I said, a friend or a sister, mother, definitely not a romantic situation. And furthermore, if he was talking to someone romantically, it wouldn't be genuine at all, because the guy's hurting and women can smell that from a mile away. That's crazy. He just blocked me out. Yeah, I see that. The Eight of Wands reversed, that's definitely like a blocking. I don't know if he legit blocked you, like technically, but I hear what you're saying. Like he's just gone. He just backed out. And yeah, he's really depressed. He feels like a loser. He feels not good enough for you. And again, I'm not making excuses. Like he had every opportunity, I feel, to make this work between you and him. You felt like it was too good to be true. I think that he felt similarly, that this could be too good to be true, because he's got a real lack of self-confidence here, and I don't know if it stems from his lack of romantic experience. I'm not quite sure, but I definitely see someone who has energetically moved away. Emotionally, no. Emotionally, I see that he's not over you. But I do see that he's pulled away physically, communicatively, and it really looks and feels like he's down on himself, like he wasted this chance. So I should just move on. I mean, yeah, I'm in the sense, Philomena, that I certainly wouldn't reach out to him. I feel like he had his chance. He could have made his move. If he does end up reaching out to you again and has a really good ass reason as to why he had to back out, communication wise, and why he couldn't tell you, I would answer the phone. I would read the text, but I wouldn't reach out to him. I would definitely continue living my life and seeing who else is out there. But I wouldn't shut him out completely. I haven't reached out to him. I left him alone and stopped communicating. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like he should know that the ball's in his court here, you know? But it also sounds like the two of you are mirroring each other in a lot of ways. You just felt played. He doesn't feel played. He feels like a loser. He feels like he lost you, and that he feels like he wasn't good enough for you. And it kind of looks like it. If he wasn't able to make those efforts, those very small efforts of consistent communication that you make very clear that you're looking for, then he likely wasn't good enough for you. I don't think he tried to play you. I really don't. But you feel played, and your feelings are valid. Your feelings are totally valid, girl. But yeah, as much as, and honestly too, Philomena, I think he would like be so happy to hear from you. But I also still don't think that's your responsibility. Even though he'd be happy to hear from you, and I think he would respond well, I don't think that's your responsibility. I think he owes you. He could have just been honest instead of ghosting. Exactly, girl. Like I was saying earlier, like he could have told you, hey, I need some space to process things. Or he could have said, hey, instead of saying space to process things, he could have just talked things out with you. I'm not reaching. Yeah, I wouldn't. I do not. I strongly advise against that, Philomena. Yeah, don't reach out to him. Um, but if he reaches out to you, I like I said, I would answer the phone. I'd read the text. I'd give him. I wouldn't completely close the door. Like I wouldn't block him or anything like that. But I wouldn't reach out to him. Ball has been in his court. Ball stays in his court. He can reach out to you at this point. And I literally asked him if we needed space, and he just ignored me. See, and that's what I'm talking about. Is he likely isn't good enough for you if he doesn't have the emotional maturity and foresight to just say like, I need some space, or can we talk about what's on my mind? He neglected to do that, and that's what grown folks do. I was dating someone last year, similar thing. They needed some space to process some things, and they came back, but they told me like, I need a few days, like I'm going through some things, and this is, I just need some space. Totally fine. And I thanked them. I was like, thank you so much for letting me know. And we started talking again in like 4 days after he'd processed things, and we talked about it. Like, that's what grown folks do, and it doesn't always work, but like in the long term that didn't work out with me and him. But I appreciate those actions, and like you said, you literally asked him if he needed space, and he just ignored you. The ball was in his court. It still is, or less than it was in the past, because you have every right to not want to take him back, or to feel less inclined to take him back, or take a step forward with him. I can see that. So I can see where he also feels like he failed, because he did. He let you down. Again, I don't think he intended to let you down. I don't think he intended on hurting you, or making you feel played or playing you. But his own insecurities, they ruined this. They came between this being a success, and that's probably why. I hate saying this because I'm single too, but that's probably why he's single, because he doesn't. Sounds like he doesn't love himself, Philomena. Sounds like he doesn't love himself, and if you don't love yourself, how are you supposed to love anyone else? If he's feeling so like not good enough for you, you've likely dodged a bullet. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you, Miss Philomena. I'm sorry things ended up that way, but at the same time, it's if someone's going to behave that way from that early on, it's not a good sign. Just not a good sign for the future there. All right, so it's that time of night. Last call, everybody, for any and all donations tonight. If you've got a question, any lingering questions or any questions at all that you would like me to answer, now would be your time to send in your donation, and I am more than happy to read for you. Thank you so much. And Scylla, if you're still here, we can talk more about your reading, because that's a whole lot. It's a whole lot to take in there for sure. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. And remember, I am still offering my 2026 comprehensive readings. I will be offering those until the 15th of January. I am going out of town on the 5th of January, so I actually don't know how often I'll be online once I get to my travel destination. So definitely get your if that's something that you are interested in, definitely get your 2026 reading as soon as possible. They're a great deal, 24 cards for $26.26, and it's 2 cards for every month of the year, so it's very comprehensive, and very accurate. Not like my other readings aren't accurate, but the things that these yearly annual readings predict are always remarkable. How they almost always come true. How far in the future spirit can really see and analyze is fascinating to me. Last call tonight, last call for any and all donations tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. Last call for all donations. Thank you. And yeah, I will be on tomorrow. I'll be on. I went on quite late tonight, much later than I normally do. But I have plans tomorrow evening, so I'll be on a little earlier in the day. But of course, turn on your notification bells. That way you'll know each and every time I go live. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you very much. All right, looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. Thank you all very, very much. Much love and light to all of you, especially you, Miss Scylla. We did a lot of readings for you tonight. Thank you very much for your donations, and I hope we got to a place of clarity there with your situation. Much love and light to all of you, and I'll see you tomorrow.